Yo, what's poppin', y'all? Today we got a Rose's greatest film trilogy list of all time. Now let's get right into it. It's a top 11 list, and starting at 11 is the Hobbit trilogy. Yes. Now I know many did not like this, but I think it gets a little overhated simply because of just how great The Lord of the Rings is. The Hobbit trilogy, its only flaw is maybe the overuse of CGI, and they kind of divert from the book a little bit. But overall, this is a great trilogy. We're in the Lord of the Rings universe. We have great acting, great writing, great production. We got Peter Jackson. This is still an amazing trilogy. If you look at other trilogies, overall, the quality of this one is still better. So, number 11, we got the Hobbit trilogy. Now, number 10. Number 10 for me, and this was a tough one. It's the Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogies. Yes, I almost had it as the Sam Raimi trilogies, but I recently rewatched those, and it just reminds me of all the very corny things of the early 2000s that I did not like. The Spider-Man Tom Holland trilogy is great from start to finish. The first one is really good, the second one is pretty good, and the third one is amazing. It doesn't get much better than that when it comes to trilogies. I think it's really good, and Spider-Man is always holding down Marvel comic movies. We got to give it to Tom Holland and that Spider-Man trilogy. All right, next up, number 9. Number 9 is Planet of the Apes trilogy, the modern one with Caesar and the James Franco origin story. I rewatched this recently and I forgot how good it was. It was that good. I think this trilogy was really good. We don't have many things like this. The CGI is great, the acting is great. Andy Serkis as Caesar. So many amazing things about this. This is a top tier trilogy and definitely belongs on this list. No questions. Number 8. Number 8, y'all. It's an oldie but a goodie. We got Pirates of the Caribbean, the first 3, not those 4th and 5th ones. We do not consider those even movies. Pirates of the Caribbean, rewatched recently. It was that good, for real. I forgot how fire it was. Concepts, comedy, writing, action, CGI, plot, set. Johnny Depp, our boy JD, like Orlando Bloom, so many great, Jeffrey Rush, just so many great things about this trilogy. It has a little bit of everything, and I think we're due for a fresh pirate story. I think that's something Hollywood should try to get into again, because Pirates of the Caribbean was really that good. It carried for a reason. Number 7. Now this was not originally on my mind, but once I had done some research, I had to give these films their respect. The Bourne trilogy, Matt Damon, yes, the Bourne trilogy. This is the definition of action, spy, espionage, thriller. I think this is the blueprint for many movies like John Wick, The Equalizer, things of that nature. If we don't have the Bourne trilogy, I don't know if a lot of these movies ever get made. Like, Matt Damon really came through with a crazy spy thriller espionage that has a great start to finish all the way through those first 3. Not that one with Jeremy Renner. We ain't talking about that. But the Bourne trilogy is sitting nice at 7 for me. I think it deserves that credit and respect on this list. Now we're getting spicy, y'all. Number 6. It's an animated, what is it? The only possible animated option, it could be Toy Story, the first 3, not that 4th one, which was booty. Toy Story, the first 3, is top tier animation and storytelling. It dives you into a world of toys, children, fun, youth, just like everything about it is so amazing. It's for the families, for the adults, for the kids. It's the first one is the first ever fully animated film in 3D. Like, it just was groundbreaking in so many ways. The third one is a perfect send-off. It So amazing, Toy Story. We have to give it its credit at number 6. Now number 5. Number 5, number 5. Number 5, I'm a big comic movie fan, but this list is based off of just quality of movie, quality of all three films in the trilogy, cinematography, directing, acting, sets, like just production overall, just all around. Just that's what we're going off. We're not going off of nostalgia. If this was a nostalgia based list, there'd be some other trilogies on here maybe. But number 5, we're going Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy from 1, 2, and 3 are all hits. Amazing movie, amazing movie, amazing movie. There's nothing like it comic book wise. That's a trilogy that is done how it's done, with the wit, with the space sci-fi element, with the ensemble cast. It's just so great. There's so many great things about it. Zoe Saldana, Chris Pratt, Batista, Groot, and Rocket. It just has so much flavor, so much fun. It's heartfelt, it's dramatic, it's emotional, it's got action. Guardians of the Galaxy, I think it's in real nice at number 5. Every one of those movies is great. All right, y'all. It's getting juicy. Some of y'all are expecting some things. Let's see if you get them. Number 4, the Matrix trilogy. Yes, one of the best trilogies ever. One of the best trilogies there ever was or ever will be. This movie was groundbreaking for VFX and action, and for just society, and just like how people think and perceive their own lives. Like, this is an action film that gets so philosophical, so deep. Hugo Weaving as Mr. Smith is just one of the top god tier villains of all time. And this movie just really broke the barriers for so many different avenues. The red pill, blue pill, Lawrence Fishburne's Morpheus, Keanu Reeves as Neo. It just has everything. It just has everything. It's so great. Carrie Ann Moss, like, this is an amazing trilogy. We have to give it its respect. Alright, now number 3, we're getting back into the Marvel world. Shout out to Marvel, because they be cranking out fire trilogies. You gotta give it to them. The Captain America trilogy. Yes, Captain America trilogy only gets better. The first one is good, the second one is great, and the third one is just fantastic. It has every element: spy, espionage, thriller, drama, funny, action, plot. We got Samuel L. in there as Nick Fury. We got the Black Widow. We get the Falcon. We get Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man versus Chris Evans Captain America. It has so much layers to it, so much depth. It just really one of the best trilogies that ever will be. It's just so amazing from start to finish. So I think it's sitting nice at number 3. Now number 2 is just so iconic. It really is the blueprint for dark, gritty, grounded comic book films. And y'all already know we're coming with the Dark Knight Batman trilogy. Yes, we have Christian Bale, Christopher Nolan, Heath Ledger's Joker. It's so much greatness to this. Like, we can't even. The damn sun keeps changing, forcing me to change my settings. Ugh. But back to the Dark Knight trilogy. There is so much greatness to this that is just. First off, you have a cinematic GOAT in Christopher Nolan directing. It's beyond next level, the grittiness and the depth and the realness of a comic book film. There's nothing like it. Nothing like it. It's so amazing. It is top tier cinema in a comic book film. One of the best trilogies there ever will be. Now, for the grandiose of them all. Numero uno, the best trilogy there ever was and ever will be. The Lord of the Rings trilogy. Yes, you already knew it. The Lord of the Rings is the best trilogy for so many reasons. It's a mythological fantasy film that gives you action, adventure, comedy, heart, emotion, drama, love. It's an ensemble cast filled with greats. Elijah Wood, Viggo Mortensen. Uh, I'm drawing some blanks. Ian McKellen. So many greats. I'm drawing names on these greats, but it's so good. The Lord of the Rings trilogy. There's a reason why even today you could go back and watch it and just everything holds up. It just the soundtrack, the cinematography, the acting, the story, the way the threads connect, the way the stories align. It's just so much greatness. Yeah, Lord of the Rings trilogy, undeniably number one. It's the best trilogy ever. Dark Knight was really close to topping it, but Lord of the Rings, it just has it all. It's just unbeatable as the top trilogy in film ever. That's my list. I'm going to give you a quick expose on why a couple things aren't on here. I know there's going to be a lot of boomers talking about, oh, no Back to the Future, no Star Wars, no Godfather. Let's get into it real quick. Godfather 1 is great and a classic. You're telling me those other two movies are as good? Back to the Future 1 is great and is a classic. You're telling me those other two movies are even remotely as good or memorable? Not really. Star Wars is great. We all love Star Wars. It's a lot of fun, but it has plot holes on plot holes on holes on holes. It's like Swiss cheese Star Wars. I love it, but then there's a giant hole in the middle of my movie. So it's just like Star Wars is fun. It's a sci-fi classic. I enjoy Star Wars a lot, but none of those movies from top to bottom, from one, two, three, start to finish, have just amazing consistency and keep my characters in good spots and like me and it's just there's so many jitteries zigzags with Star Wars. It just doesn't do this like the rest of this list. So if you were expecting some Star Wars, some Back to the Future, I think those movies kind of got nostalgia on their side and not so much, writing, directing, acting, cinematography, sort of what I'd be basing my movies off of. So yeah, this one's a little longer. I'm gonna try to keep them short. If they need to be a little bit longer, they could be a little bit longer, but I don't mind that. But I don't think I've seen many visual greatest trilogy lists. So this was the Rose's greatest film trilogies of all time. I did a lot of research. I thought about this really hard. Let me know in the comments if you think I nailed it. Let me know if you think there should be some stuff on there. But until then, I will see you next time. And I appreciate anybody who watched. Have a great day. Peace.